Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast for your ears. Let's talk about what's going on in my world and what you can expect from this channel. Well, to make a long story short, I finally have all of my earthly belongings here in Alaska with me. When I moved up here 3 years ago, there wasn't time nor money nor inclination to bring all of my stuff here. And it's surprisingly taken 3 years to actually make that move. But a lot of this stuff has been in storage even longer than that. In a prior relationship, we lived in a condo and didn't have room for the stuff. So as I would buy new movies, new music, whatever, we would watch it and then it would go in eventually into storage. So this is the first time since I lived in Key Largo, the first time in the early 21st century, to have my entire movie, my entire music, and my entire collection of everything under one roof. What does that mean for you? Well, over the last 3 years since I've been in Alaska, most of my reviews have been about new things to my collection, new things I've seen, new things I saw at the theater or watched on streaming. Now I have a massive collection to go back through, things to revisit. When I first started doing my podcast, I did not have a TV that had HDR capability. So my early 4K reviews could not review the Dolby Vision, the HDR10, or even the Dolby Atmos. So there's a lot of movies in my collection I can go back and review or re-review. But there's a lot of movies I never even reviewed. I even found a box of movies I haven't even watched yet. That was supposed to come up here with me 3 years ago, but didn't. So needless to say, some of the upcoming, and there's going to be flurries of these. I already have several podcasts recorded that I haven't sent to you because this has been a crazy week. I'm trying to unload the pod by myself before it has to, well, before my rental time runs out next week. And I'm almost done. But it's, it's a lot of work. Anyway, I've started categorizing things, buying new shelves, that kind of stuff. And once I get organized, there will be flurries of podcasts. I'll be able to do more than one at a time. You might get more than one a day. I try not to do that, but there's going to be quite a few podcasts. I'm going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. Also, I've had something going on with my home studio since I upgraded a couple things. I have a slight whine in my home studio, and it drives me crazy. So I've talked to my broadcast engineer, and we think we've figured out the problem. I hope to fix that in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be recording more stuff at home. But anyway, I've got a lot of interviews to post. I've got a lot of podcasts. They're already in the can, ready to go. I'm rewatching the Mission Impossible movies in 4K. I'm also watching a lot of horror movies because it's October and all this plus stuff. Plus I got a new iPhone. I have a lot of stuff to talk about in podcasts. So this is kind of a warning, a short update on what's going on with me, because I feel if you subscribe to this podcast and you listen to me all the time, we're becoming friends. You're getting to know me at some point. This is pure Scott in these podcasts. I don't have any notes. There's nothing in front of me right now. I'm staring at a wall as I talk into this microphone. Everything is off the top of my head. But I think we have that relationship because all of my reviews, all of my conversation, all of my interviews and conversations, all my discussions, they're all just off the top of my head, me. No agendas other than I want you to listen to some new music and watch some new movies and enrich your life with some new art. That really is my purpose here. So anyway, long story short is I have a plethora. My entire collection is under one roof. That's over 3,000 movies, about 500 of them in 4K, and it's thousands of CDs. Surround sound. I pulled out some surround sound editions that I haven't touched in years, put them on while I was unpacking and organizing. These are also going to be like very passionate, very emotional podcasts because, well, there seems to be a story tied to a lot of the CDs. There seems to be a story tied to a lot of the autographs and a lot of the movies. So get ready for a whole lot more podcast content from the ROCKFILE channel. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any suggestions, comments, or anything that you would really like me to cover, please send me an email. My links are below. You can contact me on social media. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So anyway, thank you for listening. Sorry it's a short one today, but there are a lot more coming. There'll probably be another one right after this one. So thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Check the links below if you want to support the channel, and have a spectacular day.